on, people? It's going to salute to the people, Israel, and salute to everybody that's subscribed from other, Gentiles or whatever. But yeah, it's the end of these so-called red pill spaces, man. But I'm seeing a lot of people crying about that fucking pimp. Shouts out to Super Slide going in on them niggas, man. I don't give a fuck about that pimp. Fuck that nigga. I don't care if he knows. I don't care if he's well versed in the scriptures. Like, he's still an idolatrous. Like, enough on that. I'm tired of people praising a pimp. Like, you dudes got daughters out there. The ones that got daughters out there, I'm ashamed of you niggas, man. That's why the Most High cursed y'all. That's why you ain't got no boys. Talking about the same old shit, but ain't doing shit. But you spaces. But your boy Andrew Tate, the human trafficker, is it like I put that recording out? Is this your king? Is this your fucking king, Mr. Tate? Because I know y'all niggas ain't gonna listen to this. I'm just gonna y'all can listen to this on the playback. But your boy Tate, man, they ain't looking good. They try to say he doing it for a fight. He ain't doing it for no motherfucking fight. Motherfucker's done. All that shit talking you did in the spring, and now we're in the winter of 2022 and going on 2023, like on the tail end of it in February, he's done. 2023 is a wash, man. Just like the rest of these spaces are wash. They won't exist next year. You just gotta do some real content, man. Like I said, ain't nobody studying y'all niggas like that. Ain't nobody studying y'all niggas like that. Y'all be talking about the same old bullshit. But y'all ain't progressing. Because like I said in these live streams, these log streams, 2024 is a different year. It's election year. Things can change. And then the lost years is here. So you already know 22 is the lost years of the 2 years that people stuck inside. So this is the after effect. You see people's views going lower and lower and not everybody growing. But next year's going to be different. Because everybody's back on their bullshit like they did years ago. See, 2023, what I'm going to say is it's all election season. Because what you're going to see in 2024, these red pill spaces will not exist. Y'all ain't got nobody but your boy Tate. Y'all think he's going to run for politics in the UK? Man, he's finished, man. Like, you don't play with those countries out east that do human trafficking. You know, those gangs, criminal orders. Those security's going to lock your ass up. They ain't got time for that. Especially in Romania. They close to the damn border to Ukraine and all them other places. You know you're going to get locked up because it's wartime over there. He ought to know that. You're a UK fuckhead from so-called whatever he is, but fuck him. But it is what it is. I can't stand them motherfuckers over there. And this is not a first world problem. This is a world problem. Because like I said, they want to call it sex trafficking. It's not sexual about it. Sex is a little part of it, but really it's human trafficking. You're smuggling people. You might smuggle kids. We don't know that guy's into kids. That's what's wrong with these spaces. You got pedophiles in them spaces. That's why I stopped fucking with you niggas this whole year, and I had to fall back from last year because of that shit. And he's a prime example why young men don't listen to guys like that. And if you notice, they all lean towards the far right, fascist right wing. They don't care about black men. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Tate is a clown. Like, it's obvious. Look at him. He's a clown. You're a kickboxer, but you ain't shit. I don't watch that dude fight. He's garbage. If he was a kickboxer, why the fuck is he kickboxing? I thought he was a professional. Seemed like a scrub to me. Like, most of these athletes ain't shit. Let's just keep it real. They're fucking numbskulls. And they'll say anything on a podcast, be gay as hell, and you niggas eat it up. Man, y'all pathetic, man. Y'all pathetic. And this is why these spaces should not exist. And then, in which they don't really, because y'all fading away, because y'all just lost a pimp that did the same thing. And then what's the other motherfucker that passed away? A lot of them. They going left and right, man. I don't feel sorry for these spaces. They say, it was here. No, y'all in delusion. It's been dead. It died since 2020. Black and white spaces. Y'all divided, man. Y'all ain't unified. The feds done crushed y'all shit years ago. 2021, we try to warn y'all. Well, I try to warn y'all. It's over. And this year, it's continuation. Like I said, this is election time. We just had election in Georgia, and you already know who's the senator. Warnock's going to keep the seat, and that Edomite, what's his name, John Ossoff, he going to keep that seat because it's 2024. I try to tell you, if he runs, I don't know who his opponent is. That opponent may not win. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because whoever gets that presidency, no matter who it is, but I don't believe Biden's gonna run again. I don't believe that. But if he does, they're gonna have to keep his ass up the whole time for 4 years. That man's 80 some years old. But but people are gonna put him back in there if he goes against a Republican. But I don't know who's gonna take his spot. I don't know who's gonna take his spot. Kamala can't do it because she's an active. I don't think she'll win. But in reality, I don't think she can run because that defeats the whole premise. They're gonna have to have somebody else. They're gonna vote on it. I believe they're gonna vote on it. Democrats gonna end up not picking Kamala Harris. They just I don't think they want a woman in there. Period. They're gonna have her removed or some way. I don't know how that works. And they want to run, it's a different person. Yeah, they step aside. I don't know how that works. It's been a minute since I studied that. If you become a one-term president, it's usually I think it's gonna reset just like normal, because I don't think she's gonna run now. It's gonna be somebody else, because I don't know who Democrats got. It's gonna be a white woman probably run, but the Republican side is looking bad for y'all. Y'all ain't looking too good. Y'all don't do good this time. Yeah, if Biden wants to run again, hey, it's over. If Trump say he run again, it looks like people want more Biden then. People tired of that Trump shit. That shit weighed on people after that 2020 and that lockdown. But you got a lot of people in these red pill spaces believe Tate's gonna make it out, or he ain't making it out. If it's that serious, it's done. They've been wanting that boy gone. I try to tell you, they're gonna shut him up with this trafficking charge, and that's twice done happen. This ain't the first time; it's twice, 2 times in a row. I don't see him. I don't see him making out of this one. It's impossible, because the trafficking charge is serious. If it's that serious and those women were messed up, your ass is up out of there. You cannot make this up. If Tate gets charged and do some time or life over there, Mans ain't playing, man. Like those countries like that, they're not having that. They're glad to lock niggas up. But see, he'll get off in America, but anywhere else, no, they lock your ass up. If you're a Britain or American, they don't care nothing about you. No, they locking your ass for good because you got information. They're gonna hold them like them Russians. Romania is a bad country, man. Ain't nothing great in Romania. It's nothing there. But y'all get caught up on some bullshit and expect, well, Tate's gonna be free if this doesn't stick. I'm like, man, the fuck out of here. It's gonna stick. That motherfucker is gonna stick. It's gonna stick because I won't say rape or vape, wherever you want to call it, trafficking charge, he's up out of there. Can't do that to a woman nowadays. You can't do it in 2022 or in the near future because they're not going for it. Most people aren't going for that shit. A lot of people say they're going for it, but no, they're not going for that. Because it's bad enough that men are being destroyed as we speak. But these red pill spaces, y'all are non-conducive. Y'all not showing manhood. You're not practicing what y'all's preaching off this internet shit. It's only a few channels I listen to. I think what's his name, Odin's Man. He's doing the group. He goes against both sides. He's like a moderate, and he's hilarious with those trans people. But they do catching suicides left and right in statistics. Y'all go do research. Y'all cloud watching. They do hurt themselves because once they change their gender, it's a wrap. You already know, and then the doctors can't reverse, and they tell them don't reverse. He be them shits. I be laughing my ass off. Them boys was crying. There was this mixed kid crying. He was born as a boy, but he was transformed a girl, and then he got caught up, and then they told him they couldn't reverse it, and they told his ass. They was trying these consent forms. See, these consent forms is real, man. I try to tell you, that's what we're dealing with. But these spaces ain't combating that. Y'all ain't doing shit because you got them amongst you. You got those people amongst your shit watching your shit from the clouds. I've been saying it's been compromised. It was compromised when I saw it in 2020 when y'all accept that thing from Britain. We ain't gonna mention that person's name because, like my man Kuda said, the big homie. Well, she's the big homie. She got something big down there for y'all niggas. But I wasn't there, but I know what happened. More to it. But see, if you go by what Andrew Tate's from, what does that lead to? It's the same shit. It's been compromised. See, years ago when we saw them motherfuckers, we ran them up out of there. But now it's like they here talking shit to us, and then just go crazy. What's going on, degenerate? Them bastards is going way left field off this shit. But in reality, the right's pushing it. So it's been compromised. But shouts out to Odin's man, like him breaking down those fools on TikTok. See, that's why I don't do TikTok. Because of that shit. Because I told you them big town weirdos is going over there. Those trans, whoever it is, that man's shit is dead, bro. Like, they already know who you motherfuckers are because they're gonna talk shit about y'all on TikTok. That's what they do. TikTok is no different than Instagram, but it's worse. You know, China got, it is. It's always been sus, but I'm just saying TikTok has always did damage to the people in the so-called manosphere spaces because I laugh at those spaces because y'all spaces are dead. You got Mal Manor fuck over there, aka Angry Man's bitch ass over there, like a fucking clown. You know what I'm saying? They laugh at motherfuckers like this. They don't take him serious. He's a clown. He was on Odin's Men's channel and he was reviewing. If it's TikTok, yeah, but you can't review on YouTube. See, YouTube's been finished. All these motherfuckers is weak, bro. All of them are weak because they know damn well if you're on TikTok and you from these spaces and them white boys reviewing your shit that's none of these spaces, you're a clown, man. The term incel and all that shit, that made it to TikTok. I can't believe that shit. I already know TikTok is finished. Because them fools are going to go to TikTok. You know all they come from? They come from Facebook and Instagram. 95% of them come from Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And Twitter's been finished. Twitter is never going to die. Twitter is where the cesspool, all the naked hoes, all that shit. It's just... Nah, he fuck that nigga. So I say it on this channel. Fuck that nigga. And fuck his cronies too. But all I'm saying is, you see this shit with Tate and you niggas that support this bullshit and the so-called y'all finished, man. Like, and I already know TikTok's laughing their ass off. What's going on, Psycho Candy? It's over for you niggas, man. It's over for you motherfuckers. And these Edomite motherfuckers that I can't stand, fuck them too. Y'all spaces been washed. I've been saying this shit for years and years, and I knew this shit was gonna come to a halt. And the government's not playing with y'all. Y'all terrorists. Yeah, Tate's done for. Yeah, he's been done. He had a trafficking charge from the spring, and now he's getting another one. See, he's done. His brother's gonna sell him out. Tristan ain't shit either. So the Tate brothers is done. They doing time. And that's it. I mean, we ain't got nothing to worry about, but that's it for Tate. You ain't gonna see him on internet, podcast. You don't see none of that shit. They're gonna shut him up for real, for real. If you live in amongst Romania, you stupid, bro. Ain't nobody gonna extradite you like, what's his name? Yeah, he already sent you. Exactly. He's already doing it right now. And like I said, you ain't Julia Assange. You ain't Julia Assange. You're not Wiki. You're not WikiLeaks. That's what he's trying to be. That's what Tate tried to be on the internet. See, on the internet, he tried to be Julia Assange. That shit don't work, man. That shit don't work. That shit don't work. Yeah, he's no longer useful. Yeah, because he served his purpose. He's no longer useful because people know if you see people on TikTok reacting to him, you're a clown, man. That's why I did that recording today. I up. He's in holding right now, but they'll take that shit away from him eventually. It's his career or wherever you want to talk about internet, it's over. You can't have that on your record and some stripes like that. You up out of there. Yeah, you're a human trafficker. He try to say he ain't a human trafficker. No, what is that then? Your brother's involved and you involved. That means it's over. Anybody that does that shit in this era, in 2022, in the mid part of 21st century, you're done. You cannot do that shit. You can get away with it back in the day, 80s and 90s and all that shit. People have been doing it for years when drugs was involved, but now there's no drugs involved. You're just doing it for the hell of it. Well, in the 21st century, they got laws against that. You're serving life. That man may do some lifetime life. He's already destroyed. So his kickboxing career is over. All that shit is gone. Nah, they ain't gonna fuck with him. They say he should have just stayed. Manosphere, no, Manosphere wasn't shit. They some little bitches. And that's what we see today. Because there's a lot of infiltrators that fuck with the alphabet group. That's why the Manosphere is dead. I've been saying it for the longest, and I'm going to keep saying it. Why y'all talking about it? Y'all failed to do that shit. That's why Sinful is dead. He ain't a part of that. He's part of that game shit. He's a pimp. Didn't live to see 40. Shouts out to Super Slide again for saying that. But that motherfucker didn't live to see 40. Hell, he's a couple years older than I am. So I won't be 35 until next year. So I'm 34. I understand. I done seen it. That pimping shit don't work, man. But I did see this Andre guy, Taylor. I think his name was Andre Taylor. Or he called himself Dre Taylor. But Andre Taylor, you know, a former pimp. At least he's reformed. Yeah, Sinful the pedal. Yeah. He's been done. Like, it's an interconnection with all this, man. Because a lot of y'all dudes subscribe to motherfuckers like that. And that's why y'all go overseas. You lost bros. I call y'all lost bros because y'all lost. You're not passport, but you're lost bros because y'all support pedophilia, man. And that's why Tad's gonna keep saying it. Pedophilia is king in the so-called modern day new manosphere. I don't care what nobody says, because pedophiles do exist in these spaces, because that's why you got incels that think like that. They're not really incels, they're insurgents to me. Incel is just a stupid term that MGTOW created. I'm still say that. I stopped calling them incels a long time ago. They're just delusional weaklings, loneliness motherfuckers. They're true force loneliness motherfuckers. They're weirdos. That's all they are. They're blue pill weirdos. There's a lot of blue pill shit in a lot of these things. The whole YouTube is blue pill. It's not even red pill. If it was red pill, you would have what the Israelites like we was back in 2012 Pride. That's red pill. Saying that Jesus don't exist and all that shit. That's red pill. And learn how to fight this system against the real ones that do damage to the world. That's red pill. Not this pseudo game bullshit or semi whatever pimping hoes and shit. That ain't red pill. That's some blue pill shit. And y'all heard it here first on this channel. I don't give a fuck who disagree. They can go suck a dick and go be quiet. That's blue pill shit, what y'all talking about. If it was red pill, why the fuck y'all practicing doing it? Y'all ain't. Y'all bitches. Y'all act like male feminists. Most male feminists is the so-called manager. That y'all the male feminists, not me. I'm not defending these hoes either, but I'm not gonna bitch and complain about them 95% of the time. They don't give a fuck about you. Them hoes will always win. Yes, Ramil troll, but he's telling the truth in that trolling too. Fuck Fido. What's his name? He's another one too. He need to be quiet too. That's on his jack too. You can't shake that nigga. I call him hardcore Fido. He needs to be quiet. You're another one. You're in a blue pill space. You ain't in no red pill space. If you was in a red pill space, you wouldn't be on the internet. Out there doing the work, man. That's what I'm doing. I'm just using YouTube as a hobby, but outside of it, I'm actually preaching my message to people in passing. I've been doing that shit. I used to do that in a dealership. I used to tell stories about what I did online. Like before I came online years ago, I was doing that when I was a Christian, quoting scriptures and shit. Changed that when I saw something online, did my own research, and then start doing it out here. Did it in the barbershops. I told you those stories. I done that. Yeah, he's next to go. Yeah, he's a clown, man. All these dudes they done. I've been saying this for the longest. These spaces have always had a blue pill feel. And I'm not saying they try to say they red pilled it. How they red pill? Now I have a red pill mindset, but I left this shit alone and just actually saw how this works. But don't point the fingers at the government all the time. There's more to this shit. Why people are corrupt and runs the planet, but you got to look at it from a political aspect, what they're pushing. Now, I'm not saying the trans are a problem. Yeah, they're a minor problem. I'm gonna say it like that. They're a minor problem. Yeah, they confused. They go to therapy. They go all that shit. But dude, oldest man broke it down. But oldest man has to understand. A lot of times, those people that do that on TikTok, that's their demise. They're telling on themselves. So, same with you dudes. You go on TikTok, you tell on yourselves how ignorant you are, and then people in the middle is picking you apart, roasting your ass, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's what we need. That's why YouTube is unilaterally sometimes, but they always support slightly left or whatever. But you got to remember, the site is changing. Politics is changing. So yes, women are going to talk their shit and do whatever. But do I get mad at women all day? No, you don't argue with them. My advice: don't. If she's messed up, like I said, don't engage. That's why I don't do panels with them. I know what they're gonna say. I know what they're gonna say, some dumb shit. But you can have a conversation with them, and that's it. But you don't have to argue with them. There's plenty of women out there off this internet shit. You be like, you can have a conversation with them. Don't follow these dudes that think like that. They got emotional hangups. They're the ones that are blue pill. If they was red pill, they wouldn't be arguing with women. I'm telling you. That's why you got channels like Shouts Out to Cookie. You know, it's just what it is. Yeah, don't go back and forth. I've been saying that for years. When I was quoting scriptures, when I was doing this channel, I told them the best way to do it is fix your damn self before you change them. You can't change. You can't change. You got to change yourself first. And if they see your change, they're gonna adapt to you. That's how it works. It's in scripture. I wish I had it with me right now and told y'all that's the shit that we need. But as men, you gotta do better things. You gotta think outside the box and keep focus on what you do have and try to work on yourself, improve yourself as a proper man in society. But this is not going to happen. They'll get the Putin 2023 because they don't work. They don't work. All they teaching you is casual sex. And they're the hypocrites. It's boring. That's why most podcasts don't succeed. If they stop talking about relationship podcasts, no one cares. It's not content, man. Politics is content. It's always going to be content. You just got to have sources, sports. You can have a sports podcast and you can have a life podcast. Talk about everything. You don't have to talk about relationships. Just keep it minuscule and then just talk about other shit. Especially men. Men can talk about a lot of things to keep it short. They can have 2 to 3 hour, 4 hour podcasts. Unless y'all have a group setting. See, I understand what podcast is. I've seen it. You don't have to have that. You can tell. I tell you, the hottest hip hop podcast right now is Matt Hoffman. They talking about that J Hood shit with Locks. Shouts out to the Locks in them and J Hood. J Hood just wants his money, and we see this all the time. They said, "Well, the so-called, whatever." I won't say Esau, but y'all know him as the Jews. He said, "Well, the Jews destroy every our record labels because we ain't get our money." Well, you niggas in the rap label industry do the same thing what your master's been doing, aka Esau. Esau taught y'all niggas well, boy. He taught y'all how to scam people, hold their money, their masters. Jerry Heller style. We ain't gonna get into that. I know Esau into that, because goddamn well, you niggas learning for your masters, man. Let's just stop pointing the finger. It's not working. It's not working. We know Esau is finished, but you can't complain about Esau all day and you serving him in the rap music. He got everything control. He got the money. He got all that. He got, and his old society is suits. He made up the EW term years ago. But even though they try to say they're chosen people, we ain't gonna buy into that nonsense because we know Esau been exposed already. But they still got power around this planet. They still, I could say from Rome, from all the way from Israel, they control that shit. Even though America is based off Rome anyway, so this is the daughter of Babylon. We're talking about New York City. We're not talking about, well, salute, May, salute. Appreciate you too. We're talking about the city of it. See, Babylon's the city. The daughter of it is New York because the heart of it. You saw when I saw that documentary about bin Laden. You know what that funny about the criminals crime thing? They told me when I was trying to watch bin Laden's documentary, they said this is inappropriate content. I said, what the fuck? And I pressed confirm. I'm like, okay, but all the other dictator documentaries did not have that. So Papa Doc, all them did not have that, but only him. I'm like, but you know why? You know why, right? They offended what he did. He knocked out 3 pillars that made America. Pennsylvania, that's Philadelphia. The Pentagon in DC, the heart of America, and then the city of Babylon, known as New York City. And that's the truth. So don't be surprised. His boys used to be agents of the CIA. We ain't gonna get into that because we already know they had Scud missiles and planes and shit. I saw that shit when I was 13. I say, damn, he did that. And then saw the documentary a couple of days ago about him. I think it's called Criminals and Crime Stoppers or something like that. That channel, it has a lot of good stuff on these dictators and everybody else. And I was like, when I saw Bin Laden, I was like, wow, Bin Laden did that. And the way they talked about him in the 80s when he defeated the communists, which he did, and he did his thing. Like he had his missiles, he had his AKs, he had all that shit. But that's the whole purpose of what we see right now. Like a lot of this stuff, people praising Tate, like that shit is over. Tate should ought to know that them days is over. You can't go back to the days when the right had success. Yes, they want to get back in office. Look at 2024. The Republicans are mad. Shouts at the Sergeant Wood people saying it. He said they mad. And the boomers are mad. They mad because it's over for them. So the world's changing. I told you 2022 is the exposure of what happened the last 2 years, what y'all was doing those 2 years. Well, see, I years talking about women all day, crying about pussy all day. And yes, I participated in the fuckery, but I was trolling them niggas. I didn't care in 2021. I was trying to figure this live stream thing out. But in 2022, I was a panelist listening to y'all's bullshit and y'all's cries. Is that where we're going? I left that shit in 2020, man. And then 2021, I was trying to do my own thing, try to listen again, try to be an audience member and a panelist. And I did my own thing and host panels and talk about issues and solutions. We did all that. We gave everybody a solution. That was it. So I achieved what I did last year. This year is going to be the new last year. I did my own content in my own way and try to figure out what I'm going to talk about in the future. See, 2023, I'm going to be less live streaming. You're just going to have to get used to it. Because, Jeremy, I'm just going to drop content after content, just start posting, make premieres off of shit. They'll be a little longer and start talking about what's going on. You're going to see more of that. You're going to see more of that. And that's the future we're going with. We're going to see. So we got to be mindful of what's going on, man. So, like I said, I'm not tripping off what's going on right now. Like that boy, he's getting a hammer. He tries to say, I'm free. I'm like, no, you're a human trafficker. I said what I said in that recording. Like, I won't go read the whole thing from Reuters. Man, it's everywhere. When I heard about that last night, everybody's doing content on it. Shouts to Alvin Preach. He's done. Now they say if he gets off, it'll be something. It's not gonna happen. If it does, that means it's a corrupt society. You already had that. So once you have two of those, and they check you the first time, they just let them go. The second time, it's serious. So those girls is telling the truth. A lot of these dudes is done, man. I just don't see him getting off on this one. He's done. Because that's twice that happened to you. This must be real. Because people are going to be like, oh, shit, yeah, you speak loud enough, somebody's going to get you up out of there. They try to say Greta had something to do with it. Greta ain't got nothing to do with it. That bitch ain't got nothing to do with it. That little bitty female, she'll be all right. She's a climate change fool. She going to be a lot worse than these people on the left anyway. But in reality, you still got dudes like Tate will exist. All the left does is create more people from the right. That's all they're going to do, because a lot of them eventually go the other side. But that's the truth. That's the truth. What we got. And that's why the internet's not going to change. Rumble is just another version of YouTube, but the opposite. But you do have some moderates on there too, try to keep it at base. So Rumble will end up like YouTube in the future. Shit. These sites don't last. These TOS sites are the worst. They're good to a certain extent, but you can't really say what you want anymore because the internet done gotten PC. The PC culture is not really working no more. I mean, you can say what you want to extreme, you just can't say it to certain people because everybody wants a safe space. But America's been finished. I've been telling y'all, America, if it keeps going the way it's going with the capitalistic fascism behavior, it's going to continue. Most people like capitalism, man. Get with it or die with it. If you want a job, you can get something. You just got to learn to survive out here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's his name? Duke the Don said that Greta didn't do shit. That's why I didn't watch this stream. Shouts out to Duke though, but that's bullshit. I don't believe that. That's bullshit. Don't sound like these right wing idiots, man. See, that's that right wing nonsense. Misinformational bullshit they be spewing. I don't trust these idiots, man. They don't know shit about history. They slow. They used to say Hitler was a socialist. No, he wasn't. He was a fascist. You dummies. Y'all don't know history. He used socialism as a cover, but really he was a fascist. He had aristocratic ways, but he was an autocrat, but he was a fascist. He idolized Mussolini. If y'all watch that documentary with Mussolini, man, it's beautiful. On that channel that I told you about with the Bin Laden, they did a good job with him and Papa Doc. I told you. Some of them dictators' childhoods is amazing. It's sad that you got motherfuckers out there in the world still do that. Now that boy in North Korea, he's got a lot of nukes. He ain't got a lot of nukes, but he got in his country. That's the country that's very smart. He knows about the West. He used to grow up in the West as a teenager in Switzerland and all that. And he knows about America. He is gonna be so damaging. America ain't ready for it. It's just China's not even a real country no more. China's military wasn't what was. When I saw Mao Zedong documentary on that same channel I talked about Bin Laden, I have a different perspective why he is what he was. And yes, he was a communist, but he did not really last that long. He lasted for a good while, to his 80s, but his early youth, him and Stalin, they just didn't really. Their countries didn't really last as a longevity. They didn't rule shit. They just kept it at bay. But that North Korean, them Koreans, when they kicked our ass in the Korean War, it was over. Vietnam, I ain't gonna get into that. Same thing. Like Americans try to pick up their military bearings back. They don't care about no economics. They can fix this economic shit any day now. Try to keep everybody trapped in one glue. See, Andrew Tate's a distraction. What he is common in the internet world. He's gonna always be that distraction that you see people talk about on panels. Well, just Pearly, she's a that's pussy. Go ahead, ain't all that to me. She's just another one of them. That's it. Like it's just like everybody else. I don't watch her shit. I don't hate the woman. I just let her know. Like, who cares? She's just an average woman. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Yeah, he was. It's just it makes sense when I see these documentaries and learn about right wingism. These dudes that be preaching that bullshit and these so-called men, it's so much right wing fascism. If you really listen how they talk, you're actually siding with the government, you damn fucking dummies, especially this goddamn country. And they laugh at y'all going overseas. Y'all idiots. Everybody knows Americans are fascists. Fourth Reich is in your face. What more do you want? Corporations and shit. They're doing it by force. And that's why people don't give a fuck, because it's about that dollar, man. But really, it's not about the dollar. It's about the power of the dollar. Because there's power behind it. You use your guns and everything else. The dollar is just a tool. And then they try to say pussy's the trade-off, which is a bad trade-off, because y'all shouldn't be thinking about no damn pussy. Because pussy, it's everywhere. But I ain't going to be thirsty throwing dollars at it or chasing it or getting it for free because it's not worthy. Then women go crazy on the internet, especially the ones that's what people consider pick-me's and all that. Like, we ain't gonna get into that argument because a lot of women, they've been destroyed. I'll say from all races, but technically our women, because arguing with them all day is not going to solve our problems. That's just some sucker ass shit that y'all can't master your own masculinity and your own problems. A lot of men are fucked up because they choose to go after them. We understand that's content to y'all and that makes bread, but I don't have to do that. That's weak content to me. I've heard it from Sarge and others. Who cares? We already know she's fucked up. Talking about it won't say nothing. They always gonna be on TikTok showing their naked asses, Instagram and Twitter. Let them have OnlyFans. Let them have it because it backfired. They said winter is coming because OnlyFans is about done. That's what these weirdo niggas did, and they failed. They failed. They failed. They failed. And now they're on TikTok showing their ass even more. Like, you can't make this stuff up. And these right-wing dudes always want to talk bad about them. I understand y'all want to talk bad. But my man, who cares? They gonna They're gonna do their right-wing talks. But people are gonna support it. You know, you're always gonna have sheep support the wrong shit. It's just what they do, man. But Andrew Tate, he knew he was done. When I first heard of him, it was like months ago. Like I didn't know who the fuck this dude was. Well, he's this and that, and then that Sneeko shit. I talked about that in the vlog stream, and I was listening to Duke the Don and others and Albert Priest. They was going at it, going back and forth with these motherfuckers. But as soon as Sneeko got deplatformed, he was about to do some time too. But it's because he was standard. Sneako's not gonna do that human trafficking shit since he's Asian, so you know he ain't gonna do that because that make him look bad. But Tate, on the other hand, since he's mixed with British or whatever he is, he's done. Andrew Tate need to go sit down. He really need to go sit down. He's the type of dude that you don't even want in your circles. Like praising him on the internet, that's not future. That goes all these so-called white boys or Gentiles, wherever y'all are, Edomites out there. We don't fuck with y'all like that. And especially you niggas too. I don't fuck with y'all either because y'all on that weirdo shit. Y'all gonna have these weak ass so-called red pill space because y'all fucking clowns and y'all not welcome on my channel either. So don't even respond to this shit. You're just wasting your time. I'm talking about the ones that's hardcore. Tate lovers out there and Oblivion lovers. I can't deal with y'all. That's why I'll do panels some more talking about shit that don't matter. Because a lot of niggas, they get mad about the wrong shit. Then they get irritable and then they start crying like, well, Tate represents us bad. No, he don't. He don't give a fuck about you or anybody else. He don't give a fuck about you or anybody else. And that's the whole point. Now, the Tory Lanez thing, I said what I said. I mean, Jay-Z probably has something to do with it. Do I defend Tory Lanez? Hell no, because we don't know what happened. We don't see. I wish there was a video of what happened to Meg, and I don't even like her name, the Stallion. That's a male horse. She's a clown anyway. She probably lied about it. It was over some dick. I believe Kelsey was trying to kill Meg. That's just me. They try to say Tory ain't did shit. I believe the girl tried to kill Meg, and then Tory tried to stop. You know, Tory is actually a simp. Just happens to try to do more years, but if he was so gun-ho about this woman, think about it, but he ain't gonna do 22 years. Since he's Canadian, they gonna deport him. He's in jail right now, but I think they had to send him to Canada to serve the rest of them years. That's pretty much it. But it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But you know, this Friday, I had to speak my mind, man, because you got a lot of niggas. They be on some shit on here, and these so-called red pill spaces are dead, bro. Like y'all can claim y'all this, and that, but y'all ain't red pill. Y'all blue pill bitch ass niggas. Y'all cry about who's gonna pass away, whatever. Y'all worship. Y'all idolatrous, man. Y'all need to get off of idolatry. Niggas don't care nothing about y'all. And them niggas on the panels don't give a fuck about y'all. They loyal to who they loyal to because they ain't shit. They got weak ass servers and shit, weak ass websites. Fuck them too. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no niggas like that to prove my validation. This YouTube shit's been washed. I've been saying this for years, and I stopped caring about this shit because it's going away anyway. Niggas stopped caring a long time ago. I stopped caring about it a long time ago. If I want to stream, it could be this vlog stream to talk to y'all. I can say whatever I want. But it's a shame that niggas just don't understand. I can do this all the time. I can do this next year. I ain't gonna do it all January because if it gets cold, you know, I'm just gonna record and that's it. I'm gonna shut my ass up, be in the comments, do what I do like I did before. But in February, yes, I'm gonna stream again. Yes, I'm gonna do this type of stream as well. You're gonna see me out here, man. It's just what it is. I gotta have it. There's gonna be times I'm gonna have some vlog streams out here. We're gonna do this shit. We just gotta get a different mindset. What I'm gonna talk about, I'm gonna write it down and say, what's the things to look at? I'll respond some videos, but I can do it in this form and say, what I saw and my thoughts, and just put it in context. But it's just what it is. But you niggas, y'all gonna be who y'all are, man. Y'all gonna be who y'all are. I just don't understand why people just start crying about shit and they be like, I don't even care. But then again, they try to say, well, we're red pills, man. We're better than like yeah, Big J said Tito's next. Yeah, Tito's been next. Yeah. I call him hardcore Fito the pedo. Nobody likes Tito. Nobody likes him or Sinful, man. Once that's on your jacket, man, you can't shake that off because the internet's dying, bro. Like the essence of it. I mean, the internet's gonna be what it is. It's just gonna you'll use it as a small time requirement. But after that, after 2022, like it's gone back to normal. It's slowly, but it's gonna get there. Next year it's gonna be very strict. People ain't going for it. That's why I didn't post a lot. You go 10 years ago, I was posting a lot. Next year I will too, but not as a lot. It'll be in recordings, but it ain't gonna be all the time because it'll be so sparse. But then the 2024, I ain't gonna post a lot of time. I may not live stream ever again, but I'll probably pre-record and do premieres. That's it. The live streams that I get, it is what it is. I'm not gonna do this forever. Live stream a long time because I'll do those same streams probably longer. I would say I'll do something Friday on 2023, but in 2024, oh, that's a different year. I'll live stream every Friday, then cut it off that year, and that's it for my live streaming. And do something else if there's another platform better than YouTube. If I ever see that, I'm gonna take advantage of it because election year is gonna be interesting. It is what it is. Because I don't know what I'm gonna do next year. Because next year is gonna be what it is. This is just a stream to catch y'all up. It's a response to what I put out there early with about the Tate situation and these so-called red pill spaces. They're obsolete, man. It ain't what it used to be. It's been hijacked by other groups. You got these dudes are hypocritical. They can't get no sex. Their sex life is ruined. They upset. They have these craze go overseas. These lost bros, y'all want to say their passport? No, they lost. And most of your followers are into pedophilia, man. The little boys and shit. Well, I'm just gonna say it right here because y'all into it. And Sly said it. I said it. Now the ones that do getting ass from females, I respect it. But don't lie what y'all doing over there, man. Because a lot of them women ain't women. They could be dudes over there too. And they still killing y'all. Shots to the side saying that y'all still getting killed over and having diabetes. Yeah, because they got cheap foods, cheap American foods that the military done gave them. You could die out there versus over here. So you're better off staying here, try to reform yourself and get up out of this hellhole. Them countries that y'all go to is poor. They killing y'all. That's why they got diabetes and they're a mess over there. Fuck out of here. Talking about, I'm going to sea to get me a wife. You ain't doing shit. I was over here tripping on some bullshit. Dogs barking, acting crazy because I'm streaming. It's getting emotional. I have to call my ass. I'm taken care of. But that's anyways. That's what y'all hear in the background. This one's lots of a damn attention. But it is what it is. But it's crazy. It's like you niggas, y'all want lots of attention, but nobody wants to see y'all. Y'all clowns. But then again, you just got to look at it from that perspective. What's going on? Like everybody's praising Tate. Like Tate's done. Tate is done. He's just the type of dude that I see all the time. Like a lot of these athletes are clowns. They join these so-called space. They're clowns. They would never say that to these hoes' face, man. They ain't built like that. They get on the podcast, they want to be seen on the net as it's something they're really not. A lot of these dudes is fake, man. But but that's all I want to say. That's all I got. Salute to everybody that came in. Shouts to everybody from Degenerate through. Shouts to the Mace, Big J, Psycho Candy. Who else? It's pretty much it. And onto the Minera. Yeah, shout out to you, man. Yeah, salute to everybody, man. Like until next time, I'll see y'all. Well, actually, well, next year, and I'm gonna say I'll drop some recording next year. You'll see, and then I'll probably stream again in February. So in Black History Month, I like to troll people in Black History Month. So with that, I want to say peace. May the Most High Yah bless y'all in the name of Yah. Shalom, and I'm out. Until next time, peace.